Hi, it's Marina, the Soul Alchemist. It's time to pick your own card weekly guidance for the 10th through to the 16th of April. So if you've not had a chance to tune in, then I've got the cards here. So I want you to tune into card 1, 2, or 3. And I'm going to reveal the messages, the themes, and the energies that will be supporting you over the next 7 days. And I want you to listen also out for the bonus card. It's about money and wealth this week. So I'm going to reveal that message at the end. Also, if you don't have my cards yet, the Akashic Oracle card deck, if you want to play along with me each week, then please do click the link in the post below, and you will also receive 2 bonuses valued at $4.99, which includes a masterclass, 2-hour masterclass set to run live at the end of April, and also a beautiful key, something similar to this, with a piece of cord that you can turn into a pendulum, or you can just have as a totem. And actually the card, the book, and everything just fits in perfectly into the box, and the box has a magnetic lid. So let me know if you would like more info on that, or if you just want to get yours before the masterclass is live, then please do that. And you'll get the replay. So if you can't make it, that's also perfect. So I would encourage you to listen to all 3 messages, because all cards are going to resonate in some shape or form. But card 1 is divine strategy. So you can see actually what we've got here is somebody with a pendulum, and the word is divine strategy. So have you got a plan? Have you got your next steps written down in terms of how you want to achieve what it is that you want to achieve? Now, that could be in work, it could be with your health, it could be with your relationships. Have you got some kind of plan that supports you with actually realizing that intention, with creating that reality? Having a strategy or having a plan helps you get there quicker. It also gives you clarity. It also gives you an understanding of what the process is. Quite often we can kind of just be stuck in, we can just be feeling stuck, and it's often because we don't have the clarity, we have confusion, we're not sure what steps to take, we're not trusting our own decisions, we don't have the confidence to make the decision. And quite often when we have a strategy, that kind of just makes it easy for you. So getting a strategy requires you to sit down and think. It might require you to get some support to talk through certain steps with people, but also it's connecting in with your spiritual support team. It's connecting in with yourself, your higher self, your heart, your soul, your soulful aspect, to get the divine part. And the divine part really is hearing the soulful nudges, hearing the guidance that your perhaps guides have in terms of next steps, but also it's tuning back into you to make sure that it feels fulfilling for you, and you're not doing it to support or to fulfill somebody else's wishes or needs. So divine strategy is very much connected with yourself, and or it's having that plan on how you're going to actually do it. Now, the pendulum is a fabulous tool. It's a 3D version of your intuition that you can physically see and use to get your answers, to get your guidance, to get the wisdom. So divine strategy, how are you going to plan your next steps, your goals that you want to achieve in 2023, or maybe in this week or the next month? And are you including your spiritual support team, which requires you to connect and ask them to support you? They're just not going to step in and start giving you guidance. They have to be invited in. And maybe that's the thing that you've not been doing. Of course, oracle cards, tarot cards is also a way to connect in with your higher self, your guides, to get divine strategy, divine steps. So how can you elevate your progress? How can you enhance it? How can you quantum leap it? You need a divine strategy. So this is what this card is acknowledging for you this week. Now, if you want to go deeper with your own strategy, you maybe want some ideas or inspiration or motivation from me, then having a one-to-one session, an oracle reading with the Akashic Record healing, it'll be filled with lots of wisdom, insight, and guidance that will support you moving forward in the next 3 months. So reach out if that's something that you would like to experience. And also if you want to get the cards and play along with me each week, then all the necessary links will be below. Okay, don't forget to listen out for all three cards. So card 2 is money fears. So you can see that we've got this person that's got a wad of money and they're just burning it because they don't have any fear. They know that the money's just going to keep coming to them. They've got a really good money flow, money in, money out. They don't have that scarcity or poverty or lack mentality or mindset, so much so that they can just set fire to a load of money. And it doesn't bring up the money fear. This week, you've got money fears that perhaps are going to show themselves to you, and there might be ones that you've thought, hang on, I've dealt with this already. Yes. If you've got specific blocks, then they come in layers. We don't just release them all in one go. They do tend to keep coming up depending on how deep they are. So you might find that you're triggered by other people's money fears and they're projecting those onto you. It might be that you've got the money fears and you're projecting those onto others. So then the cycle continues because they project it straight back at you. It might be that you get sight of a money fear this week and it's kind of like, okay, I can do something with that, which is what the invitation for this card is in terms of coming up, is how can you go deeper with a money fear? Identifying whether it's yours, first of all, or whether it's somebody else's. Is it from family conditioning and upbringing, childhood? Is it from trauma? Is it a limited belief that you have around money fears? You've got lots of options with money fears and kind of identifying where that could go, but it needs self-reflection and it needs awareness in the first case. So the likelihood is you are going to get triggered in some way around money fears. And that could be an emotion, a feeling of I don't have enough, or how am I going to pay for that? Or, oh my God, this is so expensive. And when we have these responses to money, that is an invitation for you to ask yourself, where is that coming from? Why am I believing that? Do I believe that I'm not going to get supported? Do I believe, whatever it might be, but unless you ask yourself the question and catch yourself in the doing, then this will be a cycle that just continues. So an invitation for you to step out of money fears this week, if you're willing to bring the self-awareness to it, and or see where the money fears are also being projected onto you. And that also could be from collective or social media, that type of thing. So how can you look at your money fears this week and what can you do to release them? Now, what I would say and what I will attach to this video is an Akashic journey. There's lots of them here on my channel that you can do some money healing with. I also have a money pendulum masterclass, which is really good value, and it's a kind of a mini course taking you through how to connect with the energy of money. There's invocations, there's charts. It's a pendulum masterclass, so there's lots of healing and lots of ways to understand what your blocks are with money and how to clear those. So if that's something that you also want to look at, I will pop the link in the description as well. So money fears. What are your money fears and how are you going to release and clear them? How are they holding you back? This is what you need to look a little bit deeper at and release it. Once you have the awareness, that's the main thing of actually releasing these blocks, and what action you take and how you respond or react afterwards. So it's all about soulful self-awareness. Okay, so if you want to go deeper with your own one-to-one session, then please do reach out. An empowerment oracle session would include Akashic record healing. It's 60 minutes, it's 8 cards. It looks at your next 3-month forecast. So a lot of kind of spiritual channeled guidance that comes through. And it's a very supportive session. So you'll go away with some practical tips as well. So card 3, if you're still here, hopefully you've listened to all 3 cards because they're all going to resonate. It's about strengthening boundaries. This week, this card was really popular. A lot of people picked this card, including myself. So where do you need to strengthen boundaries? And that could be with yourself. It could be with other people. So where are your boundaries being tested? Where are your energy leaks? And if we've got energy leaks, then usually that strengthening the boundary is with ourselves because we're not upholding. We're maybe not even realizing we've got the leakage there. And then that's where we've got to work out how we put the boundary in. And that could be for us saying no to things or saying yes to more things for ourselves. We might have put some boundaries in already with people and they're starting to push those. So this is where strengthening boundaries is needed. That needs communication. We have to communicate effectively to have these boundaries upheld or put in place. If we're not communicating them, then people are just not going to know that there's a boundary there. And then they will just keep overstepping the boundary. So you can see that we've got this female that's very much kind of pushing people away. She realizes that this boundary has to come from her. It's empowered. It's got to reflect whatever it is that she wants to place in her life as a boundary to support her energy, support her light, this glow, this solar plexus kind of like beautiful energy that's around her. Then those boundaries need to be put in place. But as I say, quite often they can be with ourselves, and they are harder to uphold sometimes, because we can easily talk ourselves out of doing something which we know is good for us, that is for our highest good, health, whatever it might be, pocket perhaps, but we manage to talk ourselves into not doing the thing or doing the thing that isn't supporting, and the boundary goes out the window. So how can you strengthen boundaries? And it might be, if it's for yourself, then it's maybe connecting in with why you want to have the boundary. Why do you want this thing to change? And that's the thing that you've got to keep coming back to when you're feeling like you want to drop the boundary altogether and do the thing that doesn't support you. So strengthening boundaries, where do you need to do it? Is it with yourself? Is it with others? And just remember that this is supporting your light. This is supporting your energy, your kind of divine source energy, your vital force energy, which has you, be creative and seek fulfillment and joy and happy relationships and love and all of that, peace, contentment. It comes from having a boundary of some kind that supports our light. So how can you strengthen your boundary this week? Let me know how the card resonates, and if you want to go deeper with your own empowerment oracle session, then please do reach out. I would love to support you over 60 minutes, 8 cards, Akashic healing, spiritual coaching, guidance, whatever the topic might be. I will support you with getting that clarity, the wisdom and the healing to move you forward over the next 3 months. So money and wealth is your bonus card. It is Success Anchor. You can see that? Yes. Okay, so we've got the Present Lifetime book. This is your book in the Akashic Records. And we've got all of these symbols of success. We've got the crown, the key, the acorn, the feather, the coin. And so this is about money and wealth. So success anchors for me, the way that we use these in the Akashic Records is where we are setting an intention, something that we truly desire. And then we think of a symbol that represents that intention of what it feels like when we've achieved it, when we're experiencing it, when we're kind of in that future part of our timeline. So what symbol does that represent? And these are just examples of, symbols of success. But when it comes to money and wealth, what is your intention for maybe this week, this month, 2023, your next 5 years? Where do you want to be with money and wealth? How do you want to be feeling? What do you want financial freedom? Do you want to be able to support charities in a bigger way, or your community, or buy something for your family, or pay off a mortgage, whatever it might be? This card is inviting you to place an anchor into your present lifetime book that represents that success. So it might be that it's a bag of coins, but there's got to be an emotion that's attached to that. So it might be a sense of acknowledgement, or a sense of peace or fulfillment or contentment or accomplishment. And then all we need to do is really visualize and actually ask out loud for this success anchor to be placed in my present lifetime book in the Akashic Records, and really kind of visualize or use your imagination, or just sense your way. Imagine that the book's there in front of you, and the beautiful pages of the book, and it's a blank page, and it's kind of like money and wealth at the top. Okay, this is what I want for my money and wealth. This is where I want to be. And give your intent, you know, say your intention, this is what I want to be this week, by the end of the week, by the end of the month, by the end of the year, and really feel and have that symbol, whatever the symbol is, and just imagine it being pressed into the page of your present lifetime book. And then what you can say out loud is, I'm now installing the success anchor into my present lifetime book. And then just kind of get a feel for what that's like, how it feels that you've accomplished that. And what we're doing here is we're intending success with your money and wealth. So we can't guarantee it, because nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed in life. But what we're doing is we're placing an intention where we know that we're now recording it into our present lifetime book. This is a firm intention that's gone into the Akashic Records. And so the opportunities and the aligned choices and decisions and people that can support with manifesting this success anchor, the money and wealth, are aligned. They're kind of they're now set in your Akashic Records to start to come in. Now, if it's for your highest good, then, you know, this is what we can influence, and this is how we can rewrite our future by placing these success anchors in. Also, healing in the Akashic Records rewrites your future as well, present and future. But what better way to also influence that future by also putting in a success anchor? And so I'm kind of, I think, the only person that I know that uses the Akashic Records in this way of actually installing success. And this is why I've got a card that is called Success Anchor. So this is down to you to understand what your symbol is, what's the driver, what's the thing that represents success for you when it comes to money and wealth, and then actually place it into your present lifetime book with just that short visualization that I just taught you through. Wouldn't take any longer than 2 minutes to do that. And then it's about letting go and just noticing what kind of things are starting to change in your current experience, what kind of opportunities and people are coming in to support you with actually achieving that. Now, it is going to take risk. It is going to take you getting uncomfortable, because what is got you here in terms of your money and how you are with money and your money mindset and beliefs and all of that type of stuff is not going to get you where you want to go. So there is going to need to be change by yourself in some shape or form. And that is going to be uncomfortable because the ego doesn't like it. It's out of its comfort zone. It steps into growth zone. However, that's where success is going to be. You getting out your comfort zone. So placing a success anchor is going to help make that easier. We'll talk about more of this on the masterclass. If you'll come in, or if you bought a deck of these cards, then you'll get that. So success anchor. How can you install success with your money and wealth this week by using just that little short exercise that I've just explained to you? Give it a go. Trust yourself. You can't get this wrong. Going into the Akashic Records is all about intention. It is about intention. So just imagine that you've got that beautiful golden book. You're installing the success. And then once you've finished, you can say, I'm now complete. You might want to imagine that your book is closing, or say out loud to yourself, I now close my Akashic Records. And then let your guides and your soul do the work. But follow the nudges, get out your comfort zone in order to achieve that. Okay, so that is all of the cards. That is the bonus card. And if you want to go deeper, let me know. Let me know how those cards resonate. I would love to hear in the comments. And if you've not got your own deck, then this is the Akashic Oracle deck by me, Marina Beach. And that is your key, or it's not your key. It's a type of key. There's lots of different types. My guides will determine which key you get. There's, as I say, there's a whole variety of different types. So what you will get is what you were supposed to have with a piece of cord, and you can turn it into a pendulum, or you can keep it as a totem and an object to connect you with your Akashic Records. So let me know how those cards resonated. Have a fabulous week, and I will see you in 7 days. Love and blessings. Bye.